ladies and gentlemen? MJ, aka Victor here. Glad everyone is doing well. Thanks for the likes and follows and subscribes and all that stuff. You may not know, but though I post a lot, I don't really spend too much time online. But anyway, in part one, so I'm going to lay this out, just a quick summary. We're talking about root cause analysis, as far as problem solving, looking at everything. Right now we're experiencing the symptoms, right? So you don't want to solve a problem, or you won't solve it systemically by just treating the symptoms. You want to get to the root cause, right? And we're going to talk about part two, which is the problem, but I talked about the cause, right? This is the root cause of everything. And this deals with spirituality. And it's simply put, in a parable sense, you forgot that you are Superman, right? You forgot about your divine being, your divine presence, your divine essence. You're more than just a physical being. So that realization, that connection, that's missing. So without that, you're not as capable as you can be. So then your reactions are limited, and your limited reactions are going to determine how we react to things. So if you can only do certain things, as far as I can only react a certain way, then of course you are able to predict the outcome. So what we need to do is we need to change things and react differently so that the same outcome isn't repeated and we won't have these same symptoms. But when you look at the root cause of all of this, it is because we have lost our connection to ourselves, our divine presence. So this is what we're talking about here. So that's part one, right? That's the cause. Now part two, we're talking about the problem. And the problem is this. The problem is we have believed that we're something other than what we are. We have bought these beliefs, these dogmas, and these belief systems, which are just boxes that box us in. They're boxes that say what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, but you need to question, just like when they are riding now about what's essential and what's not essential, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. What is this authority that says that they're higher than I am? What proof do they have to show me this? What is their evidence? What is their proof? And yeah, they can show you any set of books or anything that's written by man, but they're a man just like I'm a man. We are all the same. And when you start to question that, and yeah, you're going to bump against some walls, and that's going to be difficult, and that's going to be uncomfortable, and people are going to ask why you're doing that. But you're questioning things. If it's the truth, it shouldn't fear any questioning. That's one of the things that should let you know. If people are against you questioning them, that should raise your antenna right there. But yeah, this higher authority, there is no higher authority. You are the higher authority. You are Superman, right? So if they can convince you that there is another higher authority, and then they control the higher authority's will and what the higher authority thinks and what the higher authority likes and all of this stuff, and they also create a place that the higher authority made that they're going to punish you forever if you do X, Y, Z. These are some belief systems. This is all created to keep you down, to keep you in this box, to keep you controlled, right? And we're experiencing symptoms of that because we constantly gave up control. And, we're going to talk about this, but I just wanted to mention some of the videos that are really getting into the symptoms are being taken out, or taken off. So it's interesting how they're censoring this. But I've kind of had to watch what I say so I can continue to share this, because we're going to get somewhere. There's a plan to it. But again, we're on part two, the problem. So the problem is we've believed that we're something other than ourselves, and we're only acting out of that, where we're waiting for someone to save us when we're the ones that need to save ourselves. It's as simple as you're a race full of Superman that believe you're Clark Kent. And the person that made you believe that you were Clark Kent did that with dogma and belief systems. And part of that belief system is you shouldn't question if you're Superman or not. Those are the boxes. But that's what you have to question, right? And this is the problem right now, and then we're going to talk about the symptoms, but the root cause is this, and this is the problem. So again, if you really want to solve the root cause, it's going to go back to spirituality. And that's what it's really going to take to solve what we got in front of us. And a lot of people are not going to want to look at what's right in front of our eyes, but it's here, and you can see the symptoms of it now. That's why a lot of people are locked down because of this. And I'll watch how I say it, but that's where we are right now. So question your belief systems. You are Superman. The being part of you is the divine part of you. That's it. Done deal. You don't have to add anything else. Anything you add is a belief system or a dogma, and if that's not benefiting you and it's only limiting your actions, then that's part of the control, and that's how they try to control the narrative. When you take back control, you take responsibility, and that's going to be the big word here, responsibility. That's what we all need to take, because it's going to take action for us to change this. Otherwise, we're going to keep having these symptoms reoccur. All right, y'all. Peace.